Students, today we will study ruined cities and monuments in GS studies. I told you that I started a series for general studies, and in general studies I am teaching ancient Indian history at present, and this is available for the students who like to get knowledge for competitive exams in which GS is required. So this video or the upcoming videos will be for the exams in which GS is required. Now, ruined cities and monuments. Ruined means those cities are devastated, means they are no more. Monuments means whatever buildings are there of ancient time, that is a monument. The most important aspect of archaeological source is the large number of excavated ruined cities wherein lie a large number of monuments. So the cities which are ruined have a large amount of monuments. The important excavated cities, towns of ancient India were as follows. So this topic is asked in exams like UPSC, or you can say for UPPCS exam also. So the important excavated cities and towns of ancient India, what are they? In Bihar, it is Rajgir. Ancient, it was called Raja Griha. Second is from Bihar, it is Nalanda, then Bodh Gaya, and certain parts of Patliputra. From Bengal, it is Mahasthana, Pundra, Vardhana, Kotivarsha, and Paharpur. From Punjab, it is Peshawar, ancient Purshapura. Sometimes it's asked, what is the ancient name of Peshawar? So you must know what's the ancient name of Peshawar. It's Purshapura. Now Takshila in northwestern frontier province, Madhya Pradesh, Vidisha, Ujjain, Padmavati, Sanchi. Now Rajasthan, Bharat, Sambhar, Rar, and Karkotnagar. Gujarat, Langnach, Patan, Anhilpur, Amreli. From Mysore, Kolhapur, Chandravali, Kondapur in Deccan, Brahmagiri, Andhra Pradesh, Amravati, Nagarjunakonda, Madras, Virampatnam, Uttar Pradesh, Mathura, Suravasti, Achitra, Varanasi, Kaushambi, Hastinapur, Kashmir, Parihaspur, Martand, and Avantipur. In excavations, we find a large number of figurines in stone, metal, and terracotta, which tell us about the artistic activities of the time. With extensive excavations in post-independence period, post-independence means after independence, sites have been discovered in a large area consisting northwestern India, Rajasthan, and the Deccan. So with extensive excavations in post-independence period, what happens? Sites have been discovered in a large area. So where are the sites discovered? Northwestern India, Rajasthan, and the Deccan. Now Mehergarh excavations describe a special mention since Mehergarh, located on the bank of the Bolan River in the Kachi plain. Balochistan is the only known Neolithic settlement of the Indian subcontinent. So, what is the Neolithic settlement of Indian subcontinent? Mehergarh. And on which river? On the bank of Bolan River. Attributed to approximately 7000 BC, means before Christ. How many years before Christ? 7000 years before Christ. The period between 1500 and 600 BC was known as dark periods of Indian history because not much was known about this period. So for this period the findings were less. So these are dark periods, means we cannot find out what was going on at that time. Now coming to miscellaneous, means whatever was regarding this. Beside the above mentioned archaeological sources, certain other materials such as cave temples and monasteries, pillars, potteries, seals, stone tools and implements, etc. also provide us authentic information on the socio-economic, religious and cultural aspect, and to a lesser extent on the political aspect of ancient Indian history. So, beside the above mentioned archaeological sources, means inscriptions and numismatics, what are the other archaeological sources? Like cave temple, monastery. Monastery means where Bodhs live. Pillar made by Ashoka, like that. Pottery means the goods or the things made by clay. Seals, what we put on something, it's a seal. Stone tools means tools made of stone, and implements means whatever things that is implement, etc. also provide us, they also provide us authentic information on socio-religious and cultural aspects of the ancient Indian history. It has already been pointed out that since independence, with the initiative of central and state archaeological departments and different universities, almost every year archaeological excavations are revealing new data on different aspects of prehistoric and ancient history of India. Still, it will take a long time to complete the entire archaeological excavations, as the Indian subcontinent is the treasure house of archaeological information due to its long history of civilization. In the next class, we will study about literary sources. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe the channel.